Children, till now we have learned about utility in this chapter, types of utilities, meaning of two approaches, that is cardinal and ordinal approach, law of diminishing marginal utility, and their diagrammatic numerical example. Right? All this is an outline to study about the first theory of consumers' behavior, and that theory is consumers' equilibrium. That is, we said in our assumptions that consumer is a rational person who is trying to maximize his satisfaction. Now this point where the consumer reaches, that is where his satisfaction is maximized, is in economic term known as equilibrium of a consumer. Right? So now we are going to find out how the consumer attains equilibrium when he is consuming only one commodity. Right? Now equilibrium means it is a place where quantity demanded by consumer is equal to quantity supplied by the firm. Right? And then we come to a definition which is given in your book, and this definition says that a utility maximizing consumer will be in equilibrium when he or she purchases that much quantity of a commodity where the marginal utility of the commodity equals its price. This is the condition for equilibrium. I repeat myself, the condition is marginal utility of the commodity equals to price of the commodity. Now how does all this takes place? Now one thing or more I want to tell you that when we are saying that marginal utility of the commodity equals its price, we already know that the budget of the consumer, that is the income of the consumer, is limited. Right? Now every consumer has to spend his limited income on variety of goods and services in our practical life, in day-to-day life. We are not concerned about that day-to-day life. We are only taking a theory where the consumer is trying to maximize his satisfaction in case when he is purchasing only one commodity. And in case of one commodity, his satisfaction will be maximized where mu of x, that is marginal utility of the commodity x, is equal to the price of x. Right? So we say that every consumer has to spend his limited income on variety of goods and services in real life. Hence, he tries to maximize his utility. Which utility? Total utility, because we know that marginal utility is a diminishing concept. Total utility increases, so the consumer tries to maximize his total satisfaction. Now, a rational consumer will try to maximize his utility by allocating his limited income on the various goods and services in order to achieve equilibrium. Right? Whatever money, whatever limited amount a consumer have, the consumer will be distributing that income on the purchase of various goods and services, so that can give him maximum satisfaction. Now there are certain assumptions of the theory. First assumption says that his consumer is expected to be rational, that is, to be able to maximize his utility from his given purchases. Whatever he is purchasing, he is satisfied that yes, his purchase is satisfactory. Right? And how he does that? When he equate the mu of x with the price of x. The second assumption is that utility can be measured in money terms. Utility can be measured in money terms. That is, we will be finding the marginal utility of the money, right, in the following theories to come. And that is, utility or satisfaction of a commodity should be equal to the price of the commodity. We are equating both of them. Right? Then third is the law of diminishing marginal utility operates, and this law says that as the amount consumed of a commodity increases, the additional satisfaction from the additional unit falls down. This is the law. So this law will be executed while you will be studying this theory or while the consumer will be spending his money on the purchase of the commodity. Then fourth assumption says the utility of each unit of money should remain constant. The utility from each unit of money, because we are evaluating the utility of money also, that must be constant, that must not fluctuate. That is, a 10 rupee note remains a constant. That is, if a 10 rupee note is purchasing say 250 grams of guava, this purchasing power of 10 rupee must remain constant. I hope you are getting right. Then fifth is consumers' income remains the same. So we are saying that the budget is a limitation for the consumer. And then sixth is price of related commodities are given. That means they won't change during the study, during the execution of this law. Now the consumer's equilibrium can be explained with the help of a single commodity model. Suppose we begin our model from here, that suppose a consumer with a given amount of income, it can be anything, consumes only one commodity, that is X, right? Then how much, the question is, then how much of X should he consume at the given prices in order to attain equilibrium? Two things that we need to know. One is what is the income, what is the budget of the consumer, and what is the price of the commodity X. Now the consumer will attain equilibrium. Condition is at that point where the satisfaction or utility derived by him from a commodity will be equal to its price. Again, mu of X is equal to price of X, right? Now a utility maximizing consumer will be in equilibrium only if he purchases that much amount of good at which mu of X is equal to price of X. Since money, be careful, since money and commodity both give the consumer utility. We just said that we are evaluating utility also in terms of money. Then only we can say mu of X is equal to price of X, right? Because both the things, the commodity and the money, both are giving satisfaction to the consumer. Hence, he can either spend money or keep it. But mind you that the consumer has to maximize his total satisfaction with whatever option he chooses, right? If marginal utility of consumer is less than the marginal utility of a commodity, right? If mu of X is greater than the price of X, then the utility maximizing consumer will spend the money and buy the commodity. Do you get that? If the satisfaction from the commodity is more than the satisfaction from the price, then in order to maximize the satisfaction, the consumer will go to purchase the commodity, right? Then and increase total utility by consuming more units of the commodity. Why more units? Because they are giving him satisfaction. His satisfaction is increasing. So in order to maximize his total satisfaction, he will keep on purchasing the commodity until they are giving him satisfaction. And we have to remind to ourselves that the law of DMU is operating during this study. But if the marginal utility of money is greater than the marginal utility of commodity, if vice versa happens, before this we said that if mu of X is greater than price of X, then the consumer will increase his satisfaction by purchasing more. On the other hand, if mu of P is greater than mu of X, if the mu, that is marginal utility of the price, is greater than the marginal utility of the commodity, then he will buy less units of commodities and will maximize his total utility by spending less. Alright, so when mu of X is greater than P of X, he will buy more, and when mu of X is less than P of X, he will buy less. Hence, consumer's equilibrium is when mu of X is equal to price of X. This is explained with the help of a table and diagram now. So here's the consumer's equilibrium through cardinal approach in case of one commodity, when the consumer is consuming only one commodity. Now a schedule is given over here. You can see the schedule. Two columns we have made over here. First column is talking about the commodity, and we have taken shirts as our example, right? So we have shown units of shirts. The consumer is consuming 5 units of shirts, right? Now the marginal utility of the commodity, because the condition for consumer's equilibrium is mu of x upon price of is equal to price of x. Is it clear? Mu of x is equal to price of x. That is, the satisfaction from the commodity is equal to price of the commodity. Now the second column we have taken marginal utility here, but we are expressing the marginal utility in terms of rupees or money, right? So when the consumer consumed first shirt, the satisfaction is equal to 700 rupees, right? Similarly, when he consumed second shirt, the satisfaction, law of DMU is operating, the satisfaction falls down, it becomes 650 rupees equal to. Third, 600 rupees equal to. Then fourth, the satisfaction goes down to 500 rupees. And in fifth shirt, the satisfaction is 350 rupees, right? Now we will be plotting the same information on a diagram. Now we have already studied the assumptions, and some of the assumptions that I will be repeating over here in order to make the things clear to you. X-axis we have taken the units of commodity, and y-axis we have taken both marginal utility also and price also, right? Because we are expressing marginal utility in terms of price also. Now the price of the shirt is given as rupees 600, right? I told you that condition for consumer's equilibrium is mu of x is equal to price of x, and the consumer's income is given and it will not change. Now because we will be plotting this information over here, 700, then 650, alright, then I'll be taking 600 over here, now 650 just to be even, then 500, then 400, alright, 300, 200, and then 100, alright. On the y-axis we have taken the price and mu both. Now the units on the x-axis, 1 unit, 2, 3, 4, 5 units consumer has consumed. Because the price is given rupees 600 and price is constant, so we will be drawing a price line. The price is rupees 600, so we have taken a price line, constant price line over here at 600 mark. Alright, because the price will not change. This is price line. Clear, children? Okay. Now we will start matching the points. When the consumer consumed first unit, the satisfaction was equal to 700 rupees, equal to marginal utility. Second shirt he consumed, the satisfaction was equal to 650 units rupees. So somewhere in between over here, we will be making the point here, right? Third shirt, the satisfaction is 600. So we will be making it over here. Then fourth shirt, satisfaction is equal to 500 over here, and fifth, the satisfaction is equal to 350 somewhere here. Now we'll be matching. Alright, so there's a little difference between the points, so I have made the point again. So we match these points over here now like this, first, second, and this is third unit, and this is a little shape is not exactly the same. It should be like this, right? It's a downward sloping curve, right? This is the shape of the margin utility curve. We have already seen that the slope of the margin utility curve is a downward sloping. If you remember the law of DMU and the curve, the slope of the curve. So this is the margin utility curve. This is the point of equilibrium. Why this is the point of equilibrium? Because here the mark 600 is your price also, and this is the level of satisfaction also, right? So at 600 rupees, the satisfaction of the consumer and price, if these both are matching over here, that is, the condition is fulfilled over here, mu of x is equal to price of x, right? So this is what is known as consumer's equilibrium, right? Consumer's equilibrium. All right. Now, here mu of x is greater than price of x, and I have told you that if mu of x is greater than price of x, then in order to increase his satisfaction, to maximize his total satisfaction, the consumer will purchase more units of the commodity. So during this range, the consumer, since mu of x is greater than price of x, the consumer is increasing his satisfaction by purchasing more units of the commodity. Here is the level of satisfaction equilibrium, and below what we see that here mu of x is less than price of x, and what we said that if mu of x is less than price of x, the consumer can purchase less in order to maximize his satisfaction. Alright, so these are the three conditions. Now we can have a little explanation for all these three conditions. Now we already told you that price of the shirt is rupees 600. The negatively inclined, we can see the slope of the curve. It is a negatively inclined mu curve. We know the slope of the marginal utility curve shows the law of diminishing marginal utility. This is what we are proving, that the law of diminishing marginal utility is operating, and the slope of the curve is proving that, right? The horizontal line P, this is horizontal line P, that is price line, showing the price intersects with mu curve at E, right? Which is point of consumer's equilibrium, that here mu of x is equal to price of x. This condition takes place when the consumer purchases 3 units of shirts. Can you see that? Alright. At any point above E, that is where mu of x is greater than price of x, the consumer will maximize his total utility by purchasing second shirt. Right? He will purchase second shirt also. Any point below mu of x is less than price of x, so the consumer should maximize his total utility by purchasing less units of the commodity. Thus, mu curve is negatively inclined, showing the fall in utility. The fall in utility with the increase in the consumption of that commodity. This is how it is proved, that where the mu of x is equal to price of x, the consumer will attain his equilibrium in case of one commodity.